Hey, Coach, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe down below and click up above. That way you'll be notified of everything that kind of comes through. If you're looking to win championships, if you're looking to have a messy basement like this, but a basement like this, go down over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the resources, it's mentoring, it's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Go over and check it out. Have a great day.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Welcome, Coach.
Coach, we're getting good at this, right? How many
I
years have
don't
we been
know. I
doing
mean,
this? How long have we been
well,
doing
this
this?
is number 240 of
We
this
got to go
particular
back.
podcast, right?
So
So it's
back to well, we
we
started
launched it in
keeping
April, didn't we?
well,
April of
episode 148 was in June. So we've been doing this almost a couple years, I think. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
this will be it's got to be 2 years
Got to be
because
2 years.
It's April. So I thought we
Yeah,
started in April or May
May.
2 years ago.
Wow. A lot of
Yeah.
discussions. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, a
And the
lot of
funny thing is we haven't run out of material yet.
Yeah, we
One,
got
because
lots of material, lots of things to
yeah,
talk about.
yeah,
All right, before we
COVID.
do, yeah, before we do that, let's give a big shout out to where they should be listening. Hopefully,
Yeah. To talk about podcasts, we launched a new podcast with youth sports just really just skyrocketing in the business of youth sports. We figured it would be what a better time to take a deep dive into the business of youth sports. So go check it out at youthsportsinsider.com. Sign up for the email list, and we will send you the updates as they come out. I think we have content interviews all lined up through August already. Uh, and again, we take a deep dive into the difference makers, the people who are having an impact on youth sports. We dissect, if you're a tournament operator or if you're a gym owner or a club team owner, uh, and anything that touches, youth sports, the apps and such. We'll take a deep dive, give you the insights, and hopefully we can create an amazing ecosystem for our kids. Youthsportsinsider.com. Go check it out.
it'll be awesome. All right, so what's today's topic, Coach?
Today, this topic came from actually one of my club team players who uh, parent reached out to me. They see their daughter improving in practice. They see her, she's working with a trainer. They see her doing the drills, the technique she's getting, behind the back dribbles, the finishing moves, all the stuff that she should be doing, and then doesn't translate to the game. So, how do I know my kid is improving? Right? It may not always look like it in a game, but what are the
Well, it might
measuring
not always
sticks I
look
need to
like
look
it
at?
in and they might not always do well in the tests.
Right.
That doesn't mean they don't have conceptual things down. They just might have some gaps.
Exactly.
They have
Yeah.
gaps. So I
Hmm.
would say there's two things. There's depending on the age, kids develop at different speeds and different
Yeah.
phases. So, if we're dealing with a third or fourth grader, I'd take a deep breath, look in the mirror, and just move on. But in seventh and eighth grade, it might be, some of the specific skills and stuff like that, I think might be an issue. Um,
Hmm.
that maybe they need just then well, as the parents, I would say to the trainer or the non-practice, like maybe we need to work on these under these kind of situations, because my guess is it's the pressure of the game, the quote unquote
Exactly. Yeah.
bright lights
Hmm.
of a Saturday morning at 9 a.m., whatever it is, that are causing the problem. So there might be that part, and there might also be I don't really want to say mental part, but there's a
Yeah.
um, you know,
It's a developmental,
yeah, a mental
brain developmental.
psychological, yes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how am I
Brain
dealing with
development.
the pressure of my teammates, of
Yeah.
parents watching, of other people watching, that you don't feel like in a classroom or a practice, um, as you do in a big game. And that's why,
Hmm.
when kids get older, that's why we try to put as much pressure on them in practice so that when those things happen, it doesn't affect them as much. But I don't know. What's
Yeah,
your
and I
thoughts?
think it's important to realize that, of course, you hinted at this idea of I can learn how to do, keep it simple, the most amazing crossover when I'm 1-on-0, right? Then and it looks really good with the trainer. Now you put somebody in front of me and man, they're stealing the ball every single time. And what am I doing wrong, right? And it's not necessarily you're doing anything wrong. It's just, okay, you got to change your technique a little bit, or your heart rate is up now because you feel the pressure of somebody in front of you. Okay,
Right.
so what's the solution to that? It's really just you know, there is a place for trainers when you're learning technique. I argue small group. If you're going to do that, do it in a small group.
Right.
Six kids can learn how to dribble, do a crossover, and all the skills they need individually to get a little bit better. But then they can go and try that under pressure. And training under pressure is where that real growth comes. It's like a diamond, right? How does a diamond become a diamond, right? It's pressure,
That's why
pressure,
teachers
pressure.
still give
So
tests. That's why you
yeah,
take the ACT. I mean, we can the stats teacher will tell you the problems with standardized tests, but that's a whole different topic and a whole different
right.
podcast. Um
Yeah.
but before we dive, I got some ideas on this before we give a big shout out to what pays the bills, coach.
Yeah, coaches, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com for all your coaching needs. Soup to nuts. We have
All
practice plans, drills. We have a new drill library. We have offenses and defenses. If you don't need everything, you can, but everything is there for you to be a championship coach at the grade school level. Coachingyouthhoops.com. Go check it out.
okay. So I agree with the trainer part. Okay. There are guys that look like they should play in the NBA when they're with a trainer, but when they play, I mean, that is not game like all the time. And I think
Right.
that's what you were getting at in the
Yeah.
sense that it's better
Yeah.
to play small sided 3-on-3 with some sort of, pressure in them, or constraint or game like thing that will help them build and become a better player. I think that's something as a coach I would try to get that into the parent is like, how can we develop them as an all around player, both mentally, physically, everything, what they're eating,
Everything.
nutrition,
Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff. I think those are all really important things to dive into, especially. And again, improvement is, I tell people, improvement's like walking up a set of stairs, and most people quit on the upward part of the stairs. Like you get increase and then you level off. Improvement levels. It's the people that fight through the
It's not
levels.
linear growth,
It's
right?
not
In a
linear growth.
development. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
like so, and the problem is most people quit when they level. They stop. They stop losing
Hmm.
weight. They stop learning, and that's when you got to fight through it to get. And then it grows again, and then it levels, and then it grows again. It's like a stair kind of thing for
Yeah.
those listening that are kind of visual. It's not linear. It's not a straight line straight up. That's not the way learning works. That's not the way development works. And the great ones
Well, and I
fight through the level part. They fight through the valleys, you
yeah,
know.
and I think parents who are spending money on trainers and things, they
They want linear.
anticipate they want linear. And a lot of times I have to talk to them about it's not linear growth. But so how do I know if my child is improving? Uh, you look for little things. You look for little wins. Some will take they like, oh my gosh, I just learned how to do behind the back dribble and they can perform in a game.
Right.
Great.
Great.
Some will have to, do it 1,000 times before it shows up in a game where they're confident and comfortable,
Right.
right, to do that in a game because they feel like they don't have that goes to the mental side, right? But
Yes.
look for little bits of improvement in, they're taking that extra dribble I'm thinking about, I have this player in my mind where she would take one dribble in, feel any kind of heat, turn and pass the ball.
Right.
Now she's on two dribbles in. She got past the first. We're trying to get her that third dribble to finish.
Yep.
You should see her finish. Little girl, fourth grader, absolutely amazing, doing Euro steps in training,
Right.
doing all kinds of stuff. It's not translating to the game yet. I'm not worried. Um, what I've seen her do, she can break a press all by herself. I'm like, that's a win. That's an improvement right there.
Right.
She just
Yes.
dribbled literally through the entire team,
Right.
but now she's got this mental block at the hoop. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, we've made progress. That's a win.
And that's
That's
where
a sign of
sometimes a coach
improvement.
has to explain that to the parents. Like,
That's correct.
yes, they
Yeah.
got their addition and multiplication, they got their addition and subtraction tables down. The multiplication and division tables will come, blah, blah, blah. You know, again,
And it doesn't mean that they're not. I would explain to this too. There's two. I always think about in like very simplistic terms. There's the brain development that's especially at a young age. It doesn't. That's not linear with the body development. And when those two things collide, that's when it's magic, when it's beautiful, when it's poetry in motion, right? But because it's not showing up physically doesn't mean that mentally, right, that she's not ingesting that information. It's locked in. So at some point when the body catches up to it, she's going to be able to perform it, right? And vice versa, right? So I think there's just always two aspects to a game. Like, the physical side as well. She knows how to shoot correctly, but she's in fourth grade and she can't shoot a three because she doesn't have the strength. So she has proper form potentially to shoot a three, but it's not going to happen until she's got the strength to do it. And when those two things come together, just wait, right?
boom,
So
boom. Yes, I know.
exactly. So, again, look for little victories along the way. Just know that if they are training and they're seriously trying to improve their craft and they're playing in the yard, they have a trainer, they have their practices, they are getting better.
They are. And they're loving the game. Part of it
They
is
love the
that
game.
yeah,
That's
they
right.
love the game.
So
All right. Anything else, Coach? Big shout out to our
yeah, coaches,
sponsor too.
go check out coachingyouthhoops.com for all of your coaching needs.
All right. Till next time, Coach.
Till next time.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Actually, if you did, subscribe and like, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.